Hey there, folks. My name is Ryan, and I'm making a little series of videos called Right Revolt. This is another one. I'd love for you to come along with me on this conversation. Like, share, subscribe, comment, right down below. Thank you. So this specific topic right now for this video is going to be about diversity of tactics. And I know you've all heard, well, some of you have heard of the left talking about diversity of tactics at protests. And that generally revolves with the leftist protesters. They want to have peaceful, fun-loving, happy, hippie protesters to be kind of the front face of the protest. They want protesters who will back the more radical ones, provide cover for them. So when they want to throw a Molotov cocktail, they can hide in the crowd of this secondary group who are all dressed just like the guy who threw the Molotov cocktail. But they don't actually have to be the one that throws it, but they're still going to help hide that guy. And then you have the guys doing the Molotov cocktails and fighting with the police. And then you have the underground groups who are doing the real heavy-duty stuff, like people who burnt down Vale, as I've mentioned in a few videos recently, or who are trying to kill people and all of those things. That's a whole, but that's how the left refers to the diversity of tactics. I want to talk about diversity of tactics and where people can fit in, who can be a part of a revolt by the right. And this isn't just a revolt. This is actually a counter-revolution if it comes to pass. Yes, the right needs 1 million guys with battle rifles who want to be or are willing to be or whatever, but there'll be people who are on the front lines in some sense, pulling triggers. If that comes to pass, that will be a big chunk of people, and those will be the ones that, you know, everybody thinks of as the revolt. The reality is, though, is for those people to succeed, they're going to need millions of other right-leaning people to do other things. And that's going to be fundraising for them. Because you don't want to have your frontline fighters holding bake sales to pay for ammo. You're going to need people who are writing letters to the newspaper or publishing videos online in support of them. They're going to need people to take videos of them and post it online and be kind of like a frontline propaganda person. They're going to need people on the front line near them or with them who are cooking them dinner so they can fight. People moving supplies to them. You know, having artists would be a nice thing for the right. There's not a lot of them who consider themselves conservative, although it's becoming more the case as the left goes further and further off the deep end. But you're going to want taggers, artists, musicians who are making videos, who are putting messages out in the street. You're going to need lots of different kinds of people, and I'm making this video specifically for a not directly answering her, but I saw a post earlier from a woman who said she's stuck in her house. Can she help? And yeah, you can. If you have a phone or a computer, you can help. You don't even have to be American. If you're a conservative in England or Japan or you just like America, you live in Australia, you're in Mumbai, doesn't matter. If you want to support the cause, of saving the American Republic and the values that we stand for, you can help in one way or another. Not everybody is going to be on the front lines. So that's I think that's about it for this topic. I mean, planning towards this is going to take, a lot of effort. Getting things going, the left has a big advantage because they've been doing this for generations. They have lawyers who will work pro bono for them when they get caught doing something. And the right just doesn't have that system set up. They all kind of know their little spot in the revolution, and so when protests start kicking off in Portland, all the people who do this and have done it for years, and their grandma did it and everything else, they all know what to do. Somebody in Portland who is a regular leftist protester can see a flyer, read the flyer, and know exactly what they're going to do. They're going to start making phone calls. They're going to go make some smoke bombs. They're going to make a big giant puppet and a banner. They know what to bring. They know what not to bring. They know to write somebody's phone number on their arm if they get arrested. These are all things that aren't really commonly known on the left, or on the right, sorry. So there's a lot the right needs to learn, and they're going to have to learn it quick. And we're going to need a lot of different people doing a lot of different things. I understand, like, if you're using a battle rifle, that you're not going to, like, look up to the guy cooking food for you, but if you are doing that kind of sacrificing, try to understand that you need other people who are sacrificing, maybe not as much as you, maybe they're not putting in as much as you, but they're putting in what they can, and they're helping where they can and how they can, and you need those people. So try to be cool, and it's also, I think, important, and the left is pretty good about this generally. Depends on the leftists, I guess, and they're all kind of crazy in their own little way, so who knows. But I've been around a lot of them and a lot of protests, and they generally do a pretty good job of saying, okay, what is it that you're willing to risk for this protest and this cause? Okay, so you're willing to be arrested, you aren't willing to commit violence, and so we're going to put you in this group of people. You guys are going to be blocking the road to try to prevent ICE from moving around in their cars. And then they take the people who say, I'm willing to do whatever. And they're like, all right, well, here's some stuff that will burn, and this is where you light it, and good luck, and we'll send an attorney in if you get locked up. And the right's gonna have to figure that out too. Don't be the person who tells who's yelling at someone because they don't want to go to the front line with you, because they want to stay back or they're not physically healthy enough. Those people can be priceless resources if you give them something that they can do and are willing to do. That's another person that's working with you, that's an ally. That it might be their video that they make that changes a lot of people's minds, that keeps the government from cracking down as hard on fighters' families, or keeps them from cutting off the water supply to a city that's in resistance. And these kind of things could happen. Like, people aren't ready for the kind of lengths that the U.S. government will go to shut them down if they start getting nervous. So be prepared, and understand that a serious revolt against what's going on is not simple, and it's not easy. And we're going to need a lot of different kind of people doing a lot of different things. And we got a lot to learn to get there. So don't be rash. I understand everybody's frustration and anger and sadness and the immediacy upon which we want to see solutions, and I'm right there with you. I've been there for decades. I've been waiting for y'all. But don't be stupid about it. Don't just go flailing into the enemy's arms and take out yourself to go live in prison without causing a good effect. So be smart. Don't be rash. Take care. Be good. Say a prayer tonight. And like, share, subscribe, comment. Let's make it a conversation. I want to hear. I'd love to hear from y'all. You got any questions, comments, funny jokes, bad ideas? Let's do it. Thanks.